the praise. All right, God is great, and He supplies everything we need, but help is always needed. The Veterans of Foreign Wars of Illinois District 15 is coming to Forward Operating Base Rush on May 6th to help us get moving along. I mean, is that a blessing or is that a blessing? Remember, we can always take volunteers. Our Club 22, the PDH Club 22 is back. More information will be on our Facebook page. So far, we've got back JMac, Firehouse Subs in Paducah, and we just added Loopy Larry's of Paducah. And we're talking to a couple restaurants in Chicago and one even way out in Dallas. So we will keep you well apprised of that. But that's our praise report for the week. Gotta back up. Upcoming events. Fellowship breakfast, April 5th at the IHOP in Paducah. Remember, we brought that back a few months ago. It was going great. Last month, we got to benefit a bunch of veterans, and we're hoping that grows back to what it was before COVID. Our next PDH Give Back Day is Saturday, May 13th. Yes, we are not doing one in April because the April Give Back Day would be on Easter weekend. Remember, God, family, mission. So we want to give everybody the opportunity to go and spend time with their family. Hope Stock 23 is July 28th through the 30th. That's a weekend, right? A fun fellowship, motivational messages at Forward Operating Base Rush. So mark your calendars. More will be coming out. We'll be getting tickets on sale here in the next couple of weeks. But that's what we got on upcoming events. All right, new slide we're adding. Forward Operating Base Rush. We are one bathroom away and a deep clean away from starting programs. The person we'll pick up there in the corner is our new resident. We got a couple of Canadian geese. Looks like we're going to have them nesting at the pond. That's always good to see in the morning when you go down and see them strolling around. The next is what we got accomplished last weekend. We had to have a handicap accessible bathroom. Well, with the new standards and everything, we had to move that drain 7 inches over closer to the wall. So we got that accomplished last weekend. And as funds and material become available, we'll keep plugging along on that. Down the lower row is the befores and afters of the other bathroom that we just have to put the toilet sink in and all the plumbing stuff. And we're getting up there to as much as we can. And remember, our Give Back Day is the second Saturday of the month. But if you want to volunteer, contact us. If you have a skill or a trade, come on down. Our needs for the mission, volunteers. If you have the skills, talents, and time, we need your help to grow this mission. We need help to run our fellowship breakfast. We need help to spread the mission. We need help with Club 22. We need help with Club Rush. There's a lot we need. And remember, we call donations and volunteers. We still need some sponsors and vendors for Hope Stop 23. If you know of anybody interested in that, have them reach out at contact@projectdiehard.org, and we will see what we can do to bring them to join the fight, to bring hope to veterans. And remember, always consider becoming a patron today. Your monthly donation allows us to budget for these costs that we have. Share our mission, tell everybody about us. All right, it comes to the time where I really love and hate at the same time. Past week, the two questions that people rolling up is, why don't you do more? Well, we work with the blessings we receive. We have our fellowship breakfast, right? Veterans come and eat for free. We help them when we can. Our mission is to build facilities where a veteran can come find hope, and a place where other organizations can come together and give the veterans the help they need. I hope that answers that question to everybody. A lot of thought and prayer went into that answer. Why don't I see the veterans you help? Well, the veterans we help will tell their stories when they are ready. I will repeat, we will not use the suffering of veterans to raise funds. We just won't do it. When they're ready to tell their story, they will. Okay? Again, chime in. If you have a question, we want to hear it. We'll have a Q&A at the end. Thank you. I believe we have to go to a commercial now to pay for this thing. And when we come back, we will bring on our guest.
We at Project DieHard are grateful for the awesome people at CFI Equipment located in Calvert City, Kentucky. They help our mission with equipment to do the big work on our facilities. To see their inventory and find a great deal, visit cfiequipmentinc.com. That's cfiequipmentinc.com. They are currently helping us to put a tractor on forward operating base rush. So stop by and meet these amazing people. Help them who help us bring hope to veterans. We at Project DieHard are blessed to be working with the Veterans Ranch. They are bringing free equine therapy services to our facilities for our veterans and their families. No one organization can do it all. It takes teamwork to make the dream work. Visit theveteransranch.org. That's theveteransranch.org for more information. By supporting the one, you support both. Donate today. We at Project DieHard are grateful for the support of No Quarters 1776. Are you looking for the swag? Well, then you're in the right place. This veteran-owned company supplies our mission with its products. So by supporting them, you support the mission and a veteran-owned company. Visit noquarter1776.com today. That is noquarter1776.com and use code PDH22 to help us both bring hope to veterans.
All right. So let me bring them on. You've seen them on some of our live feeds and things like that. But this brother and sister are a great inspiration to me and to Project DieHard. So, without further ado, let me bring you in with the People's Patriot Project. Oh, let's see. There we go. Hello, brother and sister.
Hello, hello. How you doing, Brian?
Oh, we're hanging in there. I am so glad that you could make it.
Thank
Mark,
you.
there you go. You look like you were muted.
Imagine Mark.
Doing good.
Imagine Mark being muted for a second there. What the heck?
Does that mean you couldn't hear this?
Ah, there you go. There you go. Okay. So you've got to catch up, people, with our following because we've added a lot since last time we've done stuff like this. So introduce yourself. Ladies first.
I am Andrea Eichmann. A-Bomb is a nickname given to me by those that I work with on here. I'm not sure if it's positive or negative. We talked about that today in class. So there you have it, folks. There you have it. Sandwich I just had.
We should have that sound effect too.
Guys, dude, I muted myself. I had chips with it. So anyway, I have been with the People's Patriot Project and Mark and a bunch of others. I don't know, 5.5 years, almost 6 years. Well, since I heard about it, and then I got involved shortly after that. I have not served, not in a capacity of first responder or military myself. However, I have family members. Right now, I've got a cousin who's super active out of the Iowa National Guard. So Cassidy, shout out to you. He actually just re-upped and got deployed. So I believe this is his 4th deployment now. So he has almost as many deployments as he does kids. He's got 1 to go. So
That happens when they get deployed and they have a kid.
Isn't that strange? Isn't
They
that
come back, they have a kid.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's an amazing thing. As we talked, remember, I'm one of 13 because I come from a Navy family. Every time my father went to sea, when he came back 9 months later, I had a brother and sister.
There you go.
I never figured that one out until I got older.
I'm not sure how it happens, but it happens.
It just happens. It's like cold weather in Minnesota. Come October, there'll be lots of babies again too. So I jumped in and I joined. Peterson's pretty generous with the here you go, take the reins, let's get some stuff done. And so I've just been trying to get stuff done since I jumped in. Man, have we done a lot of things. Brian's been, we've known you over 3 years, probably.
Mm-hmm.
So Brian's been there for a lot of it. He's seen a lot of our, well, hopefully he sees a lot of our ups, but I'm gonna have a feeling he's seen some downs on the back end of things as well. But it happens. You can't run without having your up and downs.
So true.
Yeah. So, well, I'm gonna bring Mark in. I know he gonna try.
He's already here.
He's having me try to do a lot of the talking, so I don't want to step on his toes.
Well, you know what? Take a break. Let me introduce my brother, a fellow veteran, Mark Peterson from the People's Patriot Project. There you go.
Well, thank you. I'm Mark Peterson. I served 14 years in the military. I served 6 years as a firefighter, and before it all started, I was dabbling in law enforcement for a while. But when I was working as a firefighter, I was working in a volunteer program, and I was coming to realize that at the end of the day, our firefighters are using their own personal resources to accommodate apparatus, facility, training, uniforms, and there's got to be a better way to do this. And I wanted to affect Minnesota and take care of the veterans or the firefighters in Minnesota. And I realized that there needs to be a one-stop shop accommodation for veterans and first responders and the people that are serving our country. And we decided to launch the People's Patriot Project. We're actually called We the People, the People's Patriot Project, and we use our nasty green to be a oxymoron against a bed of pixelated digital camo, because we're not going to be hidden anymore. We're going to be up front. We're going to be moving forward. The amazing piece is during that era of the COVID, if you believe it or not, regardless if you believe it or not, we were all being affected by it. Not infected, maybe. We created something called What's in Your Cup on Friday, and that soon launched into We Got Your 6 at 6 Patriot Playtime on Sundays, and that's how we met Mr. Gibson and Bob Rush and Operation Project DieHard. I keep saying Operation Project DieHard. I've said that from the very beginning. But, have successfully knitted together over 400 organizations, influencers, and people who are committed to being boots on the ground across the country. And that's where the teamwork piece came into play. That's where working together came into play. That's having open dialogue. I created a little bit of a monster. I'm not going to be honest. It's a good monster, but what unfortunately has happened, and Brian has felt the effects of this, is we haven't grown apart, but because there are so many people in the network, we don't get to pay attention to each other as much as we'd like to. I always try to answer and respond as quick as I can when I see a message from Brian and his mission, because they're important to us. But they're just as important as all the others, because if there's ever something that happens with a veteran in the space of Illinois and Kentucky, I get hold of Brian and say, hey, we've got someone in our network that needs help. We've helped people in Florida. We had a veteran on the side of the road looking to commit suicide. Because of our connections, we were able to get someone by his side within an hour. We'd like it to be faster than that, but we have some limitations. We don't have the resources Brian's always also trying to attain. But at the same time, just recently in Florida, we gave a RV to a veteran in need and needed a home, and we were able to accommodate that. He was living in a condemned house from the most recent hurricane, and it wasn't us that gave him the RV. It was the compilation and the collaboration of Operation Texas Strong, Urban Battle Buddies, and After the Mission, who all came together to make sure that it's taken care of. So we spend a lot of time collaborating across the country with organizations.
And this is why Project DieHard is so happy to be teamed up with you, because we're on that same mindset. You know, there's not one organization that can do it all. If we work together, more can be done.
Absolutely.
Okay. So you saw my little mission update. Any questions out of that?
No, that was that. I just checked it out again quick. It was, so we got to go down and hang out with Brian in the very, very beginning stages. That was the first
event.
Yeah. There we go, Hopestock. And so it's kind of cool now to see all the changes that have been made inside. I know I saw the kitchen a while back as well. It's just very cool to watch it grow and watch it come together and see all the changes that are happening.
Well, again, people keep asking me, well, why isn't it done? Well, we all know that answer, don't we?
You know what I would respond to that, Brian? My response to that would be, and I've gotten pretty brusque about it, well, what have you done? and how have you helped? And that's why it's not done. And it's, our mission is we'll do as much as we can with the resources we have to help as many as we can. That's true.
That's
And
it.
I know we have roughly 50,000 organizations, 46,000 and some, across the country that say that they're helping veterans and first responders. And I would say less than 10% of those are boots on the ground actually doing what they say they're going to do. And it's confusing. And there's a lot. And I mean, EDU, and I'm pretty sure Illinois is just like Minnesota.
We at Project
$80 million in legacy funds were given back to the government because people didn't reach out and ask. And so, I mean, not that we want to get into bed with the government all the time, but that conversation to have. And I do know you're reaching out to your local legislators. So that's.
Oh yeah, I meet with them. Yeah. So, yep. Okay. We got to take a small break, but we come back. We're just going to dive back into that. People got to start looking at the organizations they donate to.
Mm-hmm.
Emily, do we got commercials ready?
Uh-huh.
Well, then bring them up. We'll see you in a minute.
Maybe. Hold on. Yeah.
DieHard are grateful for the support of Chase Motorsports located in Paducah, Kentucky. By supporting them, they can do more for the mission. To see their inventory and find a great deal, visit ridewithchase.com. That's ridewithchase.com. Stop by and meet these outstanding people who help us bring hope to veterans. We at Project DieHard are blessed to be working with Rollout PTSD. They are giving our residents access to their programs to give them the assistance they need. No one organization can do it all. It takes teamwork to make the dream work. Visit rolloutptsd.org for more information. That's rolloutptsd.org. By supporting the one, you support both. Donate today. We at Project DieHard are honored to be on the prayer list of Third Day Warriors, where they pray for and share our mission. Please visit thirddaywarriors.com for more information. That's thirddaywarriors.com. Join us in growing God's kingdom and giving veterans hope. Please pray and share, then God can do the rest. Project DieHard is proud to have the blessing of being partnered with Maxwell Soaps. They believe that having access to soap and water is a basic human right. This veteran-owned company supplies our facilities with their products. So for every bar of soap you order, Maxwell Soaps will give a bar to the mission. So visit maxwellssoap.com. That's maxwellssoap.com and use code PDH22. That's PDH22. Remember, teamwork makes the dream work.
All right. We brought that back. We got to do those little things, as you know. Every little thing helps. All right.
Absolutely.
So diving back into that, 45 plus thousand of us out there, right? And you're right. I agree with you, Mark. Less than 10% actually do something. Yeah, that's the hard part, is telling people, hey, look at the organization you donate to.
It is. And so there's a lot of them are still working on the awareness, right? And when they're working on the awareness, you need to check and make sure, what is your donation going to? Because maybe it's going to all that setup that we're all too familiar with, right? We got internet and websites and all the groundwork, which is important. And then what's the plan? What's the plan after that? So when you're giving money, ask them, what's your business plan? Where are you going with this? How long will it take you? Which you throw in some COVID years and it takes a little longer, but normally. And then if you're like us, so our mission runs forward as it was, and then we just had a sprout off the side with not even a sprout, it's a whole limb with the music piece sprouting off our shows when we were sharing, stories from veterans and stories from first responders. What was your way? What was your path? How did you find healing and where? And pretty soon we noticed that a lot of these guests of ours were finding healing through music and then creating their own music from that the sense of trauma, the things they lived through, the things that they almost didn't live through. And so they just wanted to share. And now we have a whole offshoot on the music side of things. So in addition to all those brother and sister organizations out there, now we also have what almost doubles it when we add musicians into the mix.
So true. In fact, Third Day Warriors is a music ministry. They represent music ministry because of your influence of music, their influence of music, me praying. That's where we have, in people don't know, but we'll show them the video. You guys have been there. Remember where all that old playground equipment was?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's all gone now due to insurance needs. But that's where the multi-use building will be. And we will have a TV studio in there for web basing and a recording studio. So a veteran can come and record music at no cost to them.
No, that's awesome. We've run into a couple groups that that do very similar and kind of the same thing, kind of through accident or because one person came along, was bringing music in or had a guitar. There are a lot of facilities out there that have added the music aspect simply because it is calming, soothing, and it has healing properties.
Oh, it does. That's why we're like, okay, this has to go here because this is a healing property. This is a therapy. Well, you know me, if you're going to do something, you do it right. So we're not just throwing up a little shed and throwing some foam board in there and saying that's a studio. No, we're going to build a professional studio. So it's done right.
Very nice.
Yep.
Very nice. Well, that's going to be quite an opportunity for some of your guests to be able to take advantage of that.
Well, it's going to be an opportunity for you guys too, because you're going to run across a veteran artist that needs some recording time, right? And you can say, oh, by the way, take a trip down to Illinois. They'll stick you in the retreat center for a weekend and give you access to the recording studio. Bing.
Sounds like an okay deal for us. I don't sing, and I play the trumpet, so I'll find my space.
Again, this is what our mission is, are these facilities, so people, you can come and bring programs to a physical place, right? We just partnered with Down and Leash Service Dogs. Right now, they're doing great service dog training in the Carbondale, Marion area, but they're bouncing from place to place to place to place to do it. We're going to build them a building on Bob Rush where they can hold their training, their permanent home.
Absolutely. That's very cool.
Okay. Well, we usually got done a 15-minute block in here with Zeta. But come on, closing things. What do you got?
Well, one of the big pieces in campaigns that we are constantly working on is making sure we're reaching out for our brothers and sisters. We have a lot of organizations, we have a lot of people come on and say, you know what, you can't, the push-ups aren't doing anything. I'm not going to get into that argument. If you want to do push-ups for the sake of remembering your brothers and sisters, you have at it, man. You do what skill set and tools you have. We're always looking and asking for the time, talent, and treasure. Nothing is more critical than 6 seconds that it takes you to text someone in your contact list, someone that you've served with, someone from your past. I do challenge people to resurrect those relationships that they have that may have been strained or may be on the outs just because of whatever reason. I mean, there's some limits into, I get it. There's some people that I've cut out of my life, and that's the best place for them. But then, you know what? I'm going to tell you right now, I had a brother who was a Christian, and I sat there and watched him drink himself to death. And it was as I was being petty over a conversation that we had, and I knew that he was killing himself. And, the humbling moment was when his mother asked me to speak at his funeral. And I'm just like, okay, I can't do the talk and not do the walk. And this is one of the pieces I have to make sure that I'm being what I say I am, and reach out to all the brothers and sisters in my life who just may need to hear and know that someone's in the corner for a moment. It will save lives, I promise you. We do have people reach out to us and tell us, hey, something that we did on your show, something that we did in our network, something that we did in our event, something reached me, and I want to say thank you. And again, I'm not in this for the thank you. I'm going to lie. I am in this for you. I'm in this because I selfishly love to serve those people that believe in this amazing country. I know a lot of people, we got some people on our network that do not love America right now. I get it, and I understand why. But if we stop this mission, then it all in vain anyway. So stick to it with it, raise this thing up, and let's go get what's ours.
Hey, Mom, what do you got?
No, that's 100% on that one, Peterson. You know what? I'll add in this form and this method of communication, doing the podcast, the vodcast, the blogcast, all of it. It's social media is the platform right now, even if I'm a little on the older side of this media stuff. So I may not love it, but we have to keep getting our word out there. And that is a form of awareness. And that can just lead to us being able to put our boots down on the ground together, no matter how far apart we are, and getting this crap done. This just, I'm not going to say it's too easy, but really, if we're all in it together, it's going to be easier than this. So, yeah, let's just keep rolling on this stuff. This is game plan, game changer.
Same thing here. And we walk the walk. Don't just talk it, right? You guys have been great supporters, and I'm glad you're in the mix of our mission. And I hope we're an asset to yours. I do my best, but it is what it is. On behalf of Project DieHard, thank you for stopping by. Now, on our page, share their
You're going to get here. We're going to put you on the carousel.
It ain't going to happen. But like, follow, share all their social media things. We will put it into the comments after the show, and everybody can share it out. Remember, share our mission, because somewhere out there, is the person that has the resources to complete forward operating base rush. And they don't need their light, their name and lights or this or that. They want to help. With that, we say thank you, God bless, and we'll see you next week. Have a good one.
Geez, thanks for having us.
Get your pride.
And cool. So, anything else? Thank you. God bless.
Was this recorded? Because it says scheduled up in the corner.
Emily?
I was just realizing that too.
You tell me all that wasn't done.
Actually did get a little, part of it was live streamed, but not through here.
Okay. My apologies.
No sweat. I tried sending you a text saying that's what I was seeing, but we weren't finding it on the network.
Okay. I didn't. My apologies. Yeah, I just got it.
Do you remember everything you said? I remember. I remember everything.
No. Well, we'll consider that a rehearsal. We'll have you back on in a couple weeks. How's that?
All right, we'll do it.
Cool. Emily, get them jotted down for the next one they're available. And we will be talking tomorrow, Emily. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
But I do got to get rolling. Keep the faith, people. You guys are doing great work. You're in our prayers.
All right. Thanks, Brian.
Same.
Later.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Go to one of our channels.
All right, I can't do this.